What's going on? This is part two of the World's Strongest Man Experience. So, now I was talking about Novikov, one of my favorites and stuff. What he's done, and Tall Stallman, and the Stallman brothers, and Mitch Cooper. We'll get to Mitch Cooper in a second. I'm a big fan. Hey, I look like him. I could be your stunt double. All right. Your stunt guy when you get famous and you're in movies, right? Now, Mitch Cooper has the most, he has so much power. And, he's only been doing this for a couple of years, I've heard. I think when he gets got a real experience strongman. Like, I know he's in Canada. They got some good Canada guys. I think when he really taps into a coach who's been through the World's Strongest Man circuit, knows how to lift the stuff 100%. Mitch Cooper, he was this brute force in a lot of events, and you can have the power, but you still have to have the technique a little bit. And I know that's kind of cliche of saying, but when he gets a little bit more experience and he kind of figures out these events, these events, you can train at the gym all you want, but when you're lifting a car and the bar is a lot more lower to the ground, it's so much different than an actual deadlift. Getting the experience to, tug on a bus, he needs to find a place where they can get a bus or a semi truck, and learn how to pull and get really low to the ground on it, and do and take the trailer off and do some speed rounds with the actual, just the truck part. You do one powerful one, and then you work on your speed and take some weight off of a semi truck. That's how I would train. um and then take the trailer off and then do some speed rounds and see how fast you can do it with just the truck. And I think what I'm trying to say is Mitch Cooper has a lot of potential. It's his first time, at an actual major event, and I think he will definitely have a sky's the limit for him. He was doing the stones. He has a lot of power, and the last stone kind of fell on his leg a little bit, and I felt bad. But when he gets really into the stones, you look at Hathor, you look at Tom Stallman, you look at these guys. They're doing stones almost every day, or almost every day. They're doing it, every day, and they're doing the same weight as the competitions and stuff most of the time. Um, I think when he really gets into his groove and actually learns, the events a little bit more, I think he's going to be a wrecking ball. And then, when he goes to Giants Live this year, that actual other competition, Giants Live, and he wants to crush the deadlift record. Like I told him at the show, I said, "Go get him, champ." So I think, I think he'll get pretty freaking close to it, or he's gonna break it. So, you know, 510 kilos he might be talking about at the show. So we will see, and we'll find out, I guess. But, like for me, I'm a decent guy. I'm over 6 feet tall. I'm over 200 pounds. I'm a pretty athletic, you know, person. You know, if I stepped in the boxing ring with Canelo or whoever is in my weight class and they're a professional boxer, they're going to win. But it's always that chance, that one chance you know, I can be the heavyweight champion. It's always a chance. Well, no, you can never be a heavyweight. It's a very, very small possibility. I get a one lucky punch in, and I'm the champion. And that comes with a lot of other sports too. You know, I can always have that chance to win the Super Bowl. If I had a good team around me and I was on the Patriots or the Buccaneers and I'm one of the running backs and they only use me for um, one or two little like plays, I could get a Super Bowl ring or baseball, basketball, any sport out there. But to actually have the world title of the world's strongest man, it's not a chance in one. It's not one chance. It's not one little grain of salt. I can never win the world's strongest man. Just for me at this point, it's not a chance in hell. But it's a chance in other sports to be a champion. So it's always that little chance. But the world's strongest man, it doesn't matter how much willpower you have. You got 7 days, and hopefully you don't fall apart and get injured. And hopefully you get to the finals and actually win it. And that's how decorated the world's strongest man is, and it was really cool to meet everybody you've seen. I met Eddie Hall. I met him out there, and pretty cool guy, I have to say. So it took me a little while to understand Eddie Hall. And I told him, you're like kind of like me and kind of like Connor. You're willing to die on your shield. And I appreciate it. I appreciate him, going all out, challenging Hathor. Not a lot of people would challenge that guy in a boxing fight. And he did it. And, Hathor knocked him down, and he knocked Hathor down. So, it was still a really good fight. So, and so efficiently, I say Eddie Hall still has the record for the deadlift because it was in competition. But any other circumstance, so you got Eddie Hall, who has the record of the deadlift in competition. Then you got Hathor, who broke the record by a pound. But I give it to Hathor a little bit with the new record, and it's really not a record. It's only one freaking pound of the deadlift. But with the circumstances, what they had, the whole world was shut down. So if the whole world shuts down again, and you got a very decorated judge there at your gym, and you want to break a record, but it has to be in that, the whole world has to be shut down. Not America, and you're just like, well, I want to break the deadlift record. Well, go to Ireland. They're open or something. No, the whole world was shut down. This whole globe was shut down by the pandemic. So I kind of count Hathor's deadlift record officially, and he had a very decorated judge there. He had Junior Magasin there. One of the most toughest judges out there from Iceland. I met him out there too. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. So if you want to break a record, you gotta wait for the whole world to shut down again, and you gotta get Magasin or a very decorated world's strongest man judge, and bring them to your gym, and you want to break the record, fine, break the record. But if the world is opening up again and you want to break the record, like Mitch Cooper, who's going to go Giants live and he's going to attempt to break the record, I think he will have a damn good shot breaking it. So you have to have certain circumstances to actually break a record, in my book. And I've told Eddie Hall, I said, Eddie Hall, I've deadlifted 500 pounds, for a couple reps, and the whole gym was, watching me do it. I know you can crap more than that, so I know that's nothing for you. But if you're doing reps with, I think he maybe didn't hear me. I told him I did reps with it, but he probably heard me. I just did 500 on a deadlift, but that's still pretty good. I hope he kind of understand what I was trying to tell him. But, at a certain weight, the weight does, you can bounce 100 pounds off the ground. You can bounce 200, maybe 300, but around 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1,200 pounds off the ground, momentum ain't working with you. So it's dead weight. I definitely know that. And maybe I have a little bit more in common with Mitch Cooper, because I do running events and he likes to run too. And he's a little bit smaller, strong man. I think he only weighs like 270 right now, or around 270, 260. And that's very small for a strong man. You got to get up to close to 300 pounds to have that body weight. To some events, it really counts on body weight. But I hope Mitch Cooper actually breaks the record. I think he will. I think he'll be one of the closest ones who ever done it. So Giants Live, I'm looking forward to it. Now, overall, the world's strongest man, I wish they had bleachers that actually, we had older people there, and they're standing up in the sun the whole time. It's hard on people's legs. It's hard on people's, backs, because every event, it's not boom, boom, boom. It's actually one event. They do one event. They get everybody to get done with the event, and then they have a 2-hour break. And then afternoon, they do another event. And then they pretty much have 2 or 3 events a day. So they start in the morning around 8 o'clock, and then they get done around maybe 9:30 or 10. They take a 2-hour, like 2 or 3 hour break, and then around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, they get another event done, and then they'll do it like that, just a couple hour breaks for the athletes, because it takes a lot out of you when you're doing these events. So you get a lot of stuff, you get it all done. So it was really awesome overall, because we were in the background in some events. And when you actually see the actual show of the World's Strongest Man, and when they edit everything and put it all together, you'll hear my voice in the background with Novikov. Because I was yelling. I was like, he's about to break the record. And I screamed out, "It's time to live forever." And he broke the record. And I don't think it's going to be a lot of people going to break that record anytime soon. But I think they should have had more food trucks out there, because they had a big line on one food truck. I guess that food truck was making good money that day. But I think they should have had a different variety of food trucks out there. And they only had like one real food truck out there. Of course, they had some others for drinks and stuff, but I think they had one pizza thing there too. But, people are trying to be on their diets and stuff. But, so I'll put a video up of me picking up a 200-pound boulder. They had this booth. They were picking, you can test out these World Strongman things. And they were asking, who wants to pick up the 200-pound boulder? And nobody was doing it. And then I looked around. I'm like, well, it won't be the first time I hurt myself. So I picked it up and did it. And then some other people saw me and were like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. So anyway, I picked up a 200-pound boulder. First time ever. A lot of technique goes into that. I can pick up 200 pounds off the ground like it's nothing, but the boulders are a little different. So, all right. Well, you take care. World's Strongest Man, the greatest sport out there. More entertaining than bodybuilding. Very entertaining. Phone's ringing. We're in chaos mode. Take care. God bless. Bye.